Hi everybody, I just wanted to go over your final project with you. You should have already started, but I just wanted to make sure I talked you through how to get to it and what is expected for the final project. So you will begin with going to your lessons section in Blackboard. You'll scroll down until you get to Final Project Begin July 6th. Click on that folder. Here at the top, it has your final project instructions. This is the items that you're going to have, the points they're worth. For your final project, you will be creating a professional website portfolio. It will have to have an index, about, a project page, and a contact page. So your index page is basically the landing page that someone would go to when they first go to your website. On that page, you need to explain, what the purpose of the site is so that your visitors who visit your site understand its intention. Your About page is basically going to be like your online resume. You're going to give your information about you and your abilities as a web designer or a course developer or a programmer. Whatever your program is whatever job you intend to get and the skills that you have that meet that criteria. The next page is going to be your projects page. The project page is where you're going to house any projects you've created in this class or any projects you've created in other classes. That's where these are going to go. The last page is going to be your contact page. This should have like how to reach you, thanking people for visiting your portfolio, and ways that they can reach out and contact you. Until you've taken enough web design courses to learn how to make it secure and just a very secure site, you want to not put your address and phone number and your email address. You can put just, a faux email web address, and it should have your name, and you can put like tammy.hotchkiss@sunwebsite.com. Just show me that you know how to write an email address on a web page. It doesn't have to be a functional web address. You can put a fake address instead of your personal information and a fake phone number if you would like. I definitely want some sort of information showing how someone would reach you or contact you. Then you must use an external style sheet so that all of those pages are consistently styled. So when you click on the different web pages, they all have the same format, the same background, the same colors, and they flow and they go together well. Each page's content can be different and placed differently on the web page, but it needs to flow like you would when you look at a professionally built website, because we're web designers in this class. The last thing is that you're going to submit this project in 3 submissions. First, you're going to submit your plan. That is going to be due on July the 12th. So I want you to, and I'll explain the instructions on that, but basically you're going to submit to me what you plan to have in this website, what your basic web structure is going to be, how your pages are going to flow, kind of a little sketch of where you're going to place your text, where you're going to place your navigation, and all of that is going to be demonstrated in this project plan. It is worth 100 points of your final project grade. Next, you're going to have your rough draft. It is going to be due on July 17th. Your rough draft is going to have specific things that are going to be outlined, and I'll explain where that is. It's going to be worth 200 points. There are going to be a minimum amount that you're going to need to submit for your rough draft. You won't be able to just submit the first page. You're going to need to submit at least half. And I'm doing that because if you don't give me half by that date, you won't have time to finish all of it by the next date. So we're setting this as a laid out process so that you're able to submit your assignment in a timely fashion and you still have enough time to finish what you have to do for the next part of the project. This is very common in web design. This is how we do web design in projects with teams. You have to be able to meet deadlines, rigorous deadlines. and meet what you need to submit during those deadlines. So this is just preparing you for the job. And the last thing is going to be your final project rough draft. So you scroll down just a little further. This first part right here is a project requirement checklist. You're going to download that, and it's going to open. It will look like this. On this project, on this project, it lays out everything I'm going to be grading. For your draft and for your final, you'll just go through, and as it's a checklist for you to use as you're working on your website. So you scroll down and it tells you everything I will be looking for in the website. So it's a very important document for you to look at. The next thing is your instructions for your final project part 1. This is where you're going to submit it. This is the plan and the assignment. So you're going to click on that. It's worth 100 points. This is what I'm going to be looking for. This is the type of document that I would like you to use when you submit it. You can create it on a Word document, you can create it on PowerPoint, or you can create it on an Adobe XD file. If you're not sure what that is, you probably shouldn't use it for this assignment because that assignment is coming up due very soon. So go with something you're familiar with. I'm giving you 3 options. So pick one that you already know. Don't try to learn something new for this part. We will use XD later in another class. Then you can also use Photoshop and Illustrator to create graphics and show different things when you're trying to lay out your design and show me what you're going to be building. You can use other tools as well. If you have another software that you're already familiar with and you haven't taken the Photoshop class that we offer or the Illustrator class, you can use those as well to create these items. But when you submit it to me, I want it in these 3 formats, because you may be using a software that I don't have on my computer, and by all means you want me to be able to see what you're submitting and be able to grade it, because if I can't see it, I can't grade it. Make sense? Okay. The next part will be your rubric for your final project. This is when you're going to be working on the actual final project. You'll be writing the code, you'll be writing the web pages and building it and creating it so that it works. So these are those 2 assignments. This is the rubric for it. So if you click that, it's going to download the rubric. You open it. This is how many points I will be giving you for this item. This is how many points I will be giving you for this item. Does that let you see just how important this document is? This is really important, because if you go through this before you submit it and you say, okay, I have this, okay, I have that, okay, I have this, and you go through each line, you will know what your grade is before I do it. And the possible grades for this assignment is 100 for the assignment. Let's see, I'm going to go back just a little bit. Now, for the final project rough draft, it's worth 200 points. So if you make 100 on the assignment, it's worth 200 points. So that means for each of those, you would get half of that credit that's on the rubric. Does that make sense? If not, please, by all means, email me. I can clarify. Then for your final project, your actual final project, it's going to be worth 300 points. So for your rough draft submission, you have to submit at least 2 complete pages done. Like you can do your home page and your contact page. You can do your home page and your about page, but 2 of them have to be finished. You have to submit your CSS page, which means the first pages you develop have to be those 3. Your HTML for your index.html, your HTML for the second page that you choose to do second, and your .css styles page. It needs to contain navigation, so I need to be able to be on the home page and click to the other pages, and it needs to work. This lesson that you're getting this week, I believe, is going to teach you how to do your navigation. So you should already have that skill. It's in your textbook. Please, 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 I can't stress enough, please read the chapters and read the information. And also look at the links that I give you. I give you a lot of resources this semester that will help you. So make sure to go to those links and read those tutorials. They're very helpful. I use them as a student myself, and I stand behind them and I test them, I use them, I practice the code, I make sure the code is right. If it's not correct, I won't give you the link. And last but not least, if you have any images, you're going to need to put them in a folder called image or images. And make sure that your code is calling on that folder. If you're not sure how to do that, please set up an appointment with the tutor or with me, or go in and see Professor Cash on campus. The three of us are here to help you. We want to see you succeed in this course, but we also want to be able to evaluate you and know that you know these skills before you move to the next class. This class is a prerequisite for other classes that you will be using these skills in. So this is an important class. So I want to make sure that when you finish your course with me, you know what you're doing. You know how to write the code. The next assignment you have will be the final draft. This is when you submit the complete project. Everything in it, everything on that list should be done. Everything there should be complete. The very, very, very last thing is you're going to complete this self-evaluation on the final project. So you're going to click on the self-evaluation, you're going to create a thread, and you're going to self-evaluate yourself by answering these questions right here. And then you'll be done. That will be the end of it for the final project. So I wanted to make sure I covered this. I wanted to show you how to go through everything in that section so that you understand how to complete your assignment for the final project. And I wanted to let you know it's been a great semester, and I'm looking forward to seeing your projects. I know that you are all going to dazzle me. So thank you. I look forward to seeing them. Bye.